everyone. Do you want to hear the next chapter of A Dog of Flanders? I will tell it to you. Let's start now. When winter came, Jahan, the ache in Jahan's bones made it difficult for him to move. He had been crippled for years, but now it was impossible for him to even walk beside the cart. Little Nello was now 6 years old. He knew Antwerp well because he accompanied his grandfather there many times. So he took Johan's place beside the cart and walked with Patrasche instead. Nello delivered milk and received coins in exchange. Then he gave the money to the farmers. He did all his work with an innocent dignity. Everyone who met him was charmed. Nello was a child with a lovely face, tender eyes, and light blonde hair. When Nello went to Antwerp, an artist stopped them on the road and asked Nello if he could sketch him. Since Nello and Patrasche were never in a rush, Nello agreed. The artist would carefully sketch Nello and Patrasche with the field of Flanders in the background. Every morning, Johan went out and sat on a bench outside the hut. He watched as Nello and Patrasche leave. In the afternoon, he rested, then watched for their return. Nello delivered milk so well that Johan didn't care. After they finished delivering milk, Nello would tell Johan about the trip to Antwerp, and then Patrasche and Nello would eat a dinner of dry bread and soup. In summer, spring, and fall, after they finished working, they would lie down on the canal and watch as the boats went by. They would play with each other. In the winter, it was harder. They had to wake up in the dark and bitter cold. Then Nello and Patrasche would go to work. The cold pinched Nello's toes, and the snow and ice cut the brave, tireless feet of Patrasche. But the two friends never complained. They would walk together, accompanied by the chimes of the bells on Patrasche's harness. Sometimes in Antwerp, a housewife would give them a bowl of soup and a handful of bread. Sometimes on the way home, a kindly merchant would drop some firewood into the cart. Patrasche worked through the heat of the summer and the chill of winter. He was often hungry, but he never whined. He was happy and content, and he loved the smiles, and he loved the eyes that smiled down on him. It was enough. That's all for today. Thank you for listening.